As we have been thinking about all these predictions around the birth of Jesus, around his life, we can also remember it was also foretold who some of his relatives would be. If you think about the introduction that we had last week, on what we said was the genealogy or the family tree of Jesus, there were so many names, lots of them very hard to pronounce, and the people doing those readings did very well. But there is one name who was very significant, a name that's much easier to say, the name David, who was very significant in the Old Testament, the first part of the Bible. And if you'd seen our series on learning the Bible back in the summer, there was a bit about David, how he fought Goliath and how he was a king chosen by God. We hear about David in the book of Samuel today, and some of the things David said, because he also would be one of the ancestors of Jesus, part of his family tree. They often say Jesus was from the line of David. How significant David was in the Bible, and certainly as we hear about David in the Old Testament. Let's have a reading from 2 Samuel, right back in the Old Testament.
I will be his father, and he will be my son.
Your house and your kingdom will endure forever before me.
Your throne will be established forever.
Once again, it's amazing to see how this was written and said all those years before the birth of Jesus, and how it would all come true. Perhaps you might want to look back at the family tree of Jesus in that video, the introduction video, and remember David and some of the other names that there were. And tomorrow, David's father will be mentioned as well, his family tree. Perhaps you might think about your own family tree and you might wonder how far back you're able to go. And yet with Jesus, we're able to go back all those generations. It just shows how carefully God's plan had been put together. God's great love and his plan to rescue his people. How we can learn more about Jesus through seeing his family tree and also knowing that God had the plan right from the beginning.